You guys have been touring the world since basically the late '90s. How much of an effect has it had on your lives outside of music?
Oh, right to the bulk
Yeah.
of it. Jesus.
I mean,
That's a great question.
No, but I think talking about the late '90s, it's like it kind of just became our life. You know what I mean? Because we decided to. These guys called me and are like, we're quitting our jobs and we're gonna move to San Diego because we got a friend living there. So I think at that point it just became our life, you know. And then everything else kind of like that attached onto it. You know what I mean? Became our life, which you know what I mean, like our families and like whatever it may be. You know what I mean? Just
But-
anything.
And I think that we've met most of our experiences outside of the band
Yeah.
because of the band.
Yeah. It's
thinking about it now. It's funny you put it that way. I mean, we were career first without even really knowing because we were just trying to figure it out.
Did you guys dive straight in, or did you like feel it out for a while? Did you
No.
just say fuck it, and just go?
No,
for it?
we
literally met like at a undisclosed location after work.
Yeah.
3 waiters. I'm not joking.
Seriously,
In the back parking lot, someone
and
rolled up, drove the cars in circles, parked, left the lights on. You want to do this? You want to get out here?
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, 2 weeks. Put your hand in. Put your goddamn hand in.
Job you lined up.
We can always come back here if we needed to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like this is home, and it's still the same, pretty much. You go back and it's still the same. There's a lot more people and a lot more. There's a sports authority and there's parties now. Like all that, you know what I mean? But it's still basically this.
There's better cell phone system. You're good. Good for you.
Yeah.
Did you have something lined up, or did you just? I mean, something that made you want to say fuck it, let's go to San Diego, or you just did it in general?
Well, we had our really good friend. Her name's Muff. She had a 2-bedroom apartment, 1 bedroom for her, the other one for the 3 of us.
Yeah, and her
No
friend.
homo.
So we had a place. We had a place.
No homo, but probably almost.
On accident a couple times.
It was tiny. I mean, fucking, we were like sleeping in the limo, which was just we couldn't afford a bed, so it was just
Two
two futons that they wouldn't even lay side. The room was so small they wouldn't lay side by side, so there was a big old lump in the middle. So I got last guy to bed always got
The middle. And would end up rolling one way or the
which
other.
sucks. You try while you're sleeping. Don't touch me, dude. Oh you just fucking end up on one dude.
Yeah, so I think that was the main reason why. I believe that we were talking about San Francisco as well as being an option, but then San Diego it opened up that way. Like, oh, okay, sick.
Right.
But no real.
It just fell into place that way with like our
It
friend.
seemed like definitely a better fit for your style of music.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot warmer.
Yeah, that was something to get used to. too.
Right.
Yeah. So.
But nothing really lined up to go there.
I mean, being basically career musicians from the start, are you able to differentiate musician and people anymore, or it all just kind of meld together?
Oh, as far as personally, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it all just melds together.
I think so too.
And I think that's another kind of a testament or a testament.
Yeah,
Yeah,
testament.
School systems in
Great
Hawaii.
band.
They're
Yeah, take it.
But testament to being from Hawaii too. It's like you're always who you will always be back home in Kona. You know what I mean? So it's like I think that kind of serves to the point of like there's not really a like I'm a musician ye and now I'm just ye.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all kind of just one thing, and I think I can attest that to where we're from. You know, just how we were raised and the social climate and whatnot of where we're from.
Yeah,
So.
you couldn't even if you wanted to. I know what you're talking about though. You meet some bands where it's like they're this and they're their persona and they're on, but when they're off in a ranch and they don't even
They disappear.
Yeah.
They disappear, and that's great to be able to do that too. But ours is way more. I mean, we could never come back as Lady Gaga to Kona,
Yeah.
or something like that. You know what I mean?
They'd be-
Like,
everyone would be like, "No, we don't buy it."
They would just kill us. They would
Yeah.
be like, "What are you talking about?" And that's never been us anyway. So yeah, I guess it's pretty cohesive.
Yeah, one and the same.
What are some of the main aspects that you think kept you guys together for so long?
Great questions.
I think
these are really great.
Yeah, I think they are amazing. So some interviews
I'm not
are
even
just like
prepared for this.
It's just chicks.
and
They're just looking to fuck you anyway.
the answer is but
Yeah,
Our like back to our upbringing and friendship before any of this.
Right.
You know, having roots with each other before this, whatever. You know,
before music, before
yeah,
playing
before this
together.
band. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, man, we've fucking been through every layer that a band can go through since we moved, and luckily, you know, having those layers has actually, you know, cemented the relationships even more so than having the opposite effect, which happens a lot where bands, they can't even be around each other anymore.
Yeah.
Because you have that.
That's why I asked, because I mean, I've known several bands that, you know, when they're together on stage or at a show, they're fucking buddy-buddy, but then they go to the bus and they fucking hate each other.
Yeah.
And they don't want, you know, if they leave for, you know, off tour for a couple weeks, no contact, no nothing, just, they don't want,
That's
it's
so
just
sad.
like they're just, you know.
I don't know. I don't know how you could do that. Like I couldn't. I always say, like, I think we have an unfair advantage, like, over other bands because we've known each other for so long since we were little kids, and it's like I don't know. For me personally, it's like there's more of a vested interest because I'm not just making a decision like for the band kind of thing. It's like we're making decisions for our friends and our family and everything, which, you know what I mean. That comes from knowing each other since we're this big. So
And living and learning going along too. It's not like we've been flawless. Part of the cool thing about you know, having the new record out is it's been, you know, over 5 years since that's a long time. So
2008.
that wasn't just, that was a nice, I wouldn't call it a breaking point, but it was a point where we had nothing, we had exhausted all the way of our being the band that we were at the time without growing anymore. We just heads down, say yes to everything. And that doesn't allow a lot of personal growth, and even within the band. So if you're just completely spent and you come from, like you said, we dove headfirst into it, and, you know, doing no shows a year, even though you're living over trying to make it up to 50 shows a year, to 250, saying yes and just cutting your teeth and getting that, doesn't leave a lot of room for your growth and your thing. So that was kind of our breaking point of where, okay, everybody stop, let's deal with what's going on in our lives and enjoy it and take some time off and do that. And we kind of reworked our band and our brand and switched a lot of things around and made them a lot better.
Made it fun. And made it grow again.
Yeah.
And
it's refreshing. It's like like hitting the so you see it in the shows now. I mean, we can feel it. There's the vibe. It's like a lot of bands dread being on the tour sometimes if you tour a lot because it's work or whatever. And now we're just like, we've never been so busy and we're so excited.
Right.
We laugh about it. We're like, oh shit, we get that thing an hour outside of where the gig is at 10 a.m. tomorrow. That's only one of the press thing, you know, and then the other one's on the other side, and then we two acoustic things and a show, and then eventually the show, and maybe I'll get a sandwich, or, you know, when we're together, we're just like,
But at the same time, though, I think it's different because, like he was saying, like in the 2006, 2007, it was like just say yes to everything because we got to work. We're now, we're as busy as we've ever been, but we're working much more methodically, I think. You know what I mean? And like,
On your own terms.
On our own terms, and just, you know, making just smarter decisions instead of just being like,
whatever
you guys need us to do, we'll do anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? We'll play any show, we'll play anywhere, instead of thinking about like, okay, I think we always say it, like just maximizing the potential of everything, you know what I mean?
our business had, you know, gone through an overhaul before this record came out, and it seems to be the right order of things. We have an amazing team, and we have an amazing album that we love to play, and so right there is like, oh, sick.
Yeah.
I can't wait to go play.
And you still feel like work or no?
No.
Less.
Not. I wouldn't say that at all.
I
It
think
feels
even less.
we were empowered by designing our career instead of just being. You know, you had to bang your head in. We were kids. I mean, 19 or something. We
didn't know what the fuck to do.
That's all we've ever really done. You know.
All we did was play everywhere and anywhere that we could.
No, it worked.
That's the only
Yeah,
thing. That's
yeah,
the only thing we did know moving over from Hawaii is we got to buy a van and we got to.
That's what you do, right? I
we
watched
gotta
MTV.
play as
Get a
many
van,
shows as we can.
Get a
Yeah.
van. Got a van, right?
Yeah.
No, and that's literally all it was, and do it. But now it's like, it's instead of just head down, digging the ditch, going whatever, like getting up and enjoying that, taking some pride in, like, I'm proud of you guys, and I'm proud of what we get to do, and proud of the music, and it shows, man.
And I think too, like we were talking about too, with the team, even down to like Matt Wallace that produced the new CD, was such an amazing
So
experience / learning experience / just talk about just
All the way around.
making us better people just in general. You know what I mean? Just
We always say that he took us to college last year.
He did.
None of us went to college really, well, except me. I started.
University
Yeah,
of
the
Wallace.
University of.
Here we go.
No, the University of West Hawaii Community College. I started with 3 courses and ended with 1 at the end of the semester.
Oh, did you make it through a semester? Check you
I,
out.
I don't think so.
That was like home ec. or
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it was definitely it took us to school, and it was so challenging and so
Yeah.
gratifying and everything.
And he
at the
didn't
same
have
time.
to do that either. He's a world famous hit making producer for as long as Bob Rock's been around, or you know.
Yeah.
But
Faith,
you know,
Faith
Faith
No
No
More
More.
days.
I mean,
Colorado,
he broke
yeah.
those bands and the Maroon Fives and all. You know, that's killer. But what he saw, that kind of going back to what you were saying, like how do you guys feel about it, and how come you guys are so good together and whatever. You know, most bands, it is a lot of bands do that. Matt Wallace saw that in the band, so that's one of the strengths. Maybe we're not the best proficient musicians or players or whatever, but like he could still see, and he created a record with the energy that we had, that we
Yeah.
want, the
Yeah,
passion is still there.
and back to you asking if like it's still, or if it still seems like work. It's like this tour, the show we're doing this tour. It's by far, I think, the most we're doing as far as you putting the most into it and like the most thought out and whatnot. But it's going by for me personally, the show the quickest
Yeah.
ever. I think of
Me
any
too.
other tour. 'Cause I think it's the whole thing. You know, time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, you're
so-
almost bummed, and that has never happened before.
Yeah.
You're like, you're exerting all this energy. You can't wait to kind of get with the, you know, meet the people and spend time in this beautiful town that you get to travel to and take advantage of that. But it gets close to the end, you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
That
we're done.
doesn't
We're done
happen
already.
very much.
And
Yeah.
what's going on is there's so much in the day, so you're not waiting around to do one thing
Yeah.
because you're constantly going.
Which is the same thing normally every day.
You know, right? You're not just waiting to play. Now it's just like, okay, we got this, we got this, we got this, we got this. So it keeps it good. It's growth, and you know, it's really important to grow, not
Yeah.
just in the business, but just in life as well. And you know,
I think it's definitely, like, especially with the last album, just even speaking, like, musically, I think we definitely felt that we've evolved, you know, from
Yeah.
where we were last, as far as just, you know, songwriting.
Everything,
Just as a
production.
band in general, you know, and that's such a good feeling, you know,
Yeah.
so like, I don't know, stepped up our game.
To get another notch on your black belt, like
Yeah.
I'm still learning. I'm still,
Yeah.
you know.
Do
makes
you think
it-
it's easier being just 3 of you? You think it'd be a little tougher if you had a big 5-piece or 6-piece?
That's just crazy.
it's just one of the things we've never
Yeah.
never had.
I mean, the
we never
genre
had to
and
deal
the style
with.
really doesn't need it, but it
Yeah.
doesn't seem to matter to some people sometimes. you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
The more
totally.
dudes, the better. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no. I mean, there are pros and cons to it, but we think more of it as like a marriage. You know, it's like how many wives can you handle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many? How
Well,
many?
That's a really good point.
And also just like a lot of like the Police, one of our favorite. You know what I mean? We love power trios on top of it.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like down to being what we're music fans of and whatnot. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
there's something pretty romantic about.
Nevermind was like the
power
first
trio.
album I learned.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. You know what I mean? It's
I
like
just
all.
But also, you know, when a decision comes, and this is what I really like about this dynamic of how many people are here. When a decision comes down the line
Oh, yeah.
for the business, and it gets put to a vote,
Yeah.
it's very easy.
Yeah.
You know, it's 2 out of 3, and we've always had that 2 out of 3,
Yep.
and then you just go.
Yeah.
You know?
that's true.
Do.
Yeah.
Because you're making the best decision, and that's the you know, they have your back, even if it's not maybe the best for you or what you think it is.
At the time,
You have
Right.
2 other people
right? Who believe
just,
in it?
just as invested and believe in it. With
Right.
and it's worked. It's always worked for us.
Yeah.
A lot of bands will have like a leader or a couple dudes who are running the show, and that's just
Yeah.
that's we would never exist like that.
It's
Yeah.
just.
Yeah, I guess really not to think about it. It's most bands. It's that way. It's
Right.
there's only 2 to 3 guys in the band that really give a shit enough to
Right.
do it. The rest of them are just they're hired guns for the most part.
Right. It's
That's
like
how it
2
is.
3 guys that do that care, write the songs, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's such a. I mean, it's like the whole like John Bon Jovi theory. You know what I mean? It's like this is my deal, you guys, and
Right.
like, who's coming
But
with
then,
me?
but then
Yeah,
it totally works for them.
No,
you
totally.
know, it's just like
Yeah.
it's every
Well-
band has their own chemistry. Like every marriage has their own chemistry.
And then
you know, it's like some work and some don't.
Yeah, and then the ultimate example of that is, of course, the Foo Fighters, which,
Right.
by God, Dave Grohl has every right to do that after the Nirvana. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he
I'm
does.
doing this Foo Fighters thing, and so.
He
But
does.
yeah, like Klaus said, you know what I mean? Whatever works for everyone, and
Right.
that's what works for us, you know, or this is what works for us.
You ever heard of One Eyed Doll?
Not yet.
They're actually a 2-piece.
Nice.
It's a girl who does vocals, plays guitar. They don't even play. They don't even use bass and a drummer. And they're actually pretty fucking phenomenal. They're a little out there, but
Like White Stripey.
Kind of, but a little more over the edge.
Wow.
Like she's, I don't know, she's eccentric as hell.
Nice.
But it's great.
Like Bjork eccentric?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that, but a little bit like she screams. She does ballads. She does creepy ballads. And, I don't know, but it's a great show, and
Okay.
you wouldn't believe it.
Where are they from?
I want to say they're from Austin. That's where they're from.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, well, there's a nice weird place for it.
Yeah,
The best
they always
music
play
place.
Austin the day after South by Southwest.
Nice.
So,
It's just
it's
so
just like their homage to South by Southwest. They just play it the day after.
the big ol'.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. Yeah.
You kind of stepped on this already, but I'll let that slide.
Okay.
Was there a particular reason behind releasing a self-titled album this far along in your career? But
Absolutely.
Great question
Yeah.
again, man.
I mean, for that reason alone, just that it's this far in our career and we've never had one, was, I think, like, when I was thinking of it, was a kind of cool thing in itself, you know? But, yeah, I think the whole next chapter of the band, you know, it kind of really puts that stamp on it,
Mhm.
I think.
We always
For-
call it 2.0, but
Yeah.
it marks, I mean, because we took a
Marks
lot
a
of
new
time
era.
off, man. We didn't just not make a record. We got off the road. We went and did things that we should and shouldn't have done and all the way around. And, you know, we lived life and it was good. And then we were able to put that back. You asked at the beginning about, is it career or, you know, able to separate that or life? And I think that's why we're so happy, is that's so manageable and real now. And it can coexist in such a good way. And still be super passionate about it, but not be ruled by, oh, that's all I have in my life is career.
I mean, did y'all take time to where it was you had to mull it over? Is this really what all three of you wanted to do?
Right.
Yeah,
It got to the
Literally.
point where we stripped everything away as far as business concerned, and like, do we still want to do this?
Yeah.
And if so, how are we going to do it?
Yeah.
And so then that, you know, it turned us to, you know, surround ourselves with a new team and a new direction.
Yeah.
But it ultimately came down to the three of us going, okay, so what do we do next? And do we still want to do this?
Yes. We confronted ourselves first. We didn't point fingers and like, well, this is this way or we're too overworked because of this. No, we're in control. We're the bosses. This is our career. And
Yeah.
we held ourselves accountable, which I don't think we realized all the way. You know, and that was really important to do. So yeah, self-titled. It's
Yeah.
just like it's like a fresh everything, a brand new something special, something good.
It's what we wanted
Yeah.
to put the name of this band on.
Right.
And it's like,
Gotcha.
yeah.
That makes sense.
Here.
The logos finally changed. I mean, everything about it. We've never had. Usually, we had this one artist that we grew up with do all our artwork, and no, it's a whole new thing. Same band, but it's new.
New era.
Yeah, you got to mix it up, you know. There's a lot of people that have a hard time with change, but eventually they loosen up.
Yeah, I mean, a
You
lot
know.
of bands hold on to a gimmick or they have a certain thing.
Right.
Guys like you don't really have a gimmick. There's not a dog and pony show. It's about
Right.
the music. So
Yeah, it's a good thing. And now we care more about it than ever. So it's a win-win for everybody, for us and the fans.
yeah. You put out your last few records on your own label, Law Records.
Yes.
Do you think this has helped keep your drive and ambition to making music?
Well,
The label itself. I mean, yeah, I guess like having, you know, control of your own destiny, which I think was what we were touching on before. It's like that's kind of what Brett was talking about. We did, you know, we kind of finally took control of everything, and like, so yeah, I think just like it's just a motivation in general for us. I think more as music fans.
Yeah.
You know, like more than like motivating us for Pepper, I guess you
Yeah.
could say. You know, like for instance, we're just getting ramped up to do a 7-inch split with the Mad Caddies, which is going to be super awesome just because we're such fans of them, and they're one of the first bands we ever met at a hotel in Las Vegas when we first moved over from Hawaii and whatnot. So I think in that sense, it's super. It's kind of more like us being like kids again. You know what I mean? And that
make
kind
our
of-
own, you know, comic books or baseball cards
Yeah,
in a way to
and
doing vinyl. I mean, people just don't do that as much anymore.
And going back to
it's
where
coming back around now, which is
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of glad.
and going back to where it all this all started, and that's us being music fans. You know what I mean, and just like loving music and whatnot. So.
And supporting and giving the chances to the bands that most of mainstream America's not going to hear, but giving them a platform and we believe in it and we're pumped on them, taking them on tour and helping them get a following, whether they're an older band that's been doing it forever and you just haven't heard of them, or someone new and fresh like a band that's come off our same island, Iration. When we first hooked up with them, they were kind of like the younger brothers type crowd. And it was interesting to be able to wow, there's a real quality here. Keep it up, keep going. Let's see what happens with it. And then getting to see them kind of bloom and blossom and release, release their albums and
bring them on tour with us. And it's like, and now they're in a bus. They're headlining places like that. You know what I mean? So it's awesome to see. And even on top of that, like Brett said, them being from Hawaii too, and kind of, I don't know, us having any little piece of them coming up. You know what I mean? That's super, like, feels good.
It feels good. Yeah. It's not just good karma. Like, we don't have to put that work in. We could, but we have the time and we have the resources and again, a great team that we've built to do it to where it's fun. It makes sense, and it's fun to be a part and tune into that part of the business side of it too. Releasing your own records or partnering up with, like Island Def Jam, like we just did. It's nice to be versatile in that way with your career.
Was that the original intent, or was there something about the industry?
We were excited to finally release that new one on there and do all that, and we were in motion to do it. And we just started getting some good radio traction once we put out the single, and kind of the Sharks come swim by and do it, but we're just very direct and met with them, and they came right out of us and very, very realistic and very cool and talked about it and understood the band and the plan that they had for it, and it made perfect sense because we had already kind of designed that similar plan. This just has a lot more steam and some quality behind it too. It's such a great label.
And I think that might be a misinterpretation too, is because like Brett said, everything was totally done. Like the album was ramped up, like the imaging, the music, everything. And it was an Island just came and we liked their vibe and everything they had in mind, and they just picked up the ball and kind of started running with it. Mm-hmm. So
it was like a natural progression of what we wanted to do with our album, and that's we want as possible to hear this, because we're proud of it. It's awesome for us.
Fun. I love playing it live now for people. The only bad part was waiting forever to the thing just kept getting pushed back. We're like, play this shit. Play it already.
Things going good?
Yep.
All right.
I'm excited for the next question.
Now they all suck.
Now they all suck. You did it, man. I'm like drained.
You did it.
I feel like I just read a sick book.
Done.
That's so
You
good.
look cute.
I did it.
When you head out on tour, what are some things you guys can't go without that have to be on the bus?
Soul Rise Organic Maca.
Yeah, we're kind of on this health tip these
You're
days.
gonna have to Wikipedia that one.
Yeah.
That's definitely one.
And a Mendo Mate, Yerba Mate tea. It's how I wake up in the morning and I soar with the Eagles.
Yes.
Gives me that PMA,
Yeah. Real high up.
It's funny, Brett and I were talking, and we get to Yelp restaurants or Urban Spoon.
Yeah,
and
Yelp. That's a huge one we can't leave without.
and so I'm looking oh, there's a pho place down the road, and he's like, oh yeah, how far? I'm like, a mile. He's like, okay, what time is it? It's 3:13. Well, we got an interview at 4. So there's always Baltimore. We always put off our eating until the next day, basically.
Yeah.
So what helps with that is Good On You bars. You don't know them yet, maybe, but those help a lot. And on the bus,
What do we use? What do we need?
vodka.
Yeah. So we take care of ourselves so that we can tear it back down every
Yeah.
day.
Right.
Yeah, organic
It's a
wine.
balance.
Yeah.
Daily
Organic
cleansing.
wine.
Yeah, organic
Organic
wine
wine is definitely there.
Hydrate as you dehydrate.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're in the balance. We have our daytime drinks and our nighttime drinks.
Right.
Yeah. What we like to take on tour is a fine line that we walk.
We carefully tiptoe over.
Oh, yeah. Can we just put that? What we need on tour is a fine line
To walk.
Yeah, to walk.
That was it. Yeah. Nailed it.
Outside of music, do you guys have any weird hobbies?
weird.
Oh man, weird.
Or just, something somebody wouldn't peg you as.
Like something crazy,
Like hot yoga or anything like that?
Oh, I love yoga.
Yeah.
I do yoga all the time, not hot yoga.
Yeah.
That's not really weird.
He actually has a yoga studio.
Yeah.
Oh,
As
really?
far as a different business outside of music. you're
Right.
like
And of course, we love our ocean.
Yeah.
All of us live in California, but growing up in Hawaii, yeah, exactly. You're surrounded by it, so
Right.
and you always need to have the negative ions from the ocean. So
Yeah.
anything aquatic, we all really dig.
Yeah.
We were frolicking heavily in
Oh,
beaches
yeah.
of Myrtle yesterday. It was
Yeah.
awesome. They were telling us to get out because there was lightning and storm, but we're like,
Lightning
no.
and rainbows and
Yeah.
was
Anytime
beautiful.
we get to dip in the old Mother Ocean
Did
on
you hit
tour.
the beach down here today? No.
No, didn't we do
It's a little bit of a
frequent-
haul, but it's not that far.
It is,
Yeah.
no, we love Virginia Beach. We've been coming here for a while.
I know we only hit. It seems like we only hit the Virginia Beach on like festival tours though, like a Warped Tour or like a,
Right,
because
right.
otherwise we're always in Norfolk.
We get
right.
tucked. We get
We're always here.
Yeah,
You make it a
because-
point to come here.
Because why wouldn't you want to be here?
Right.
Norva's
It's a good
just
place.
stay.
Not only is just like the place amazing, and every other club in the world should take a page out of this
Yeah.
place's playbook, but the people here have they cook you dinner
yeah.
every time. It's like, wow.
And
We never get home cooked meals.
Like for real, like where they're cooking, they're asking you like, what do you want? What do you
Right.
want to do? Like they're very involved. The staff, so it's just management, everything.
Great.
Pleasure
Down to the
come.
fact that there's a huge mall right across the street with like an Apple store and
Right.
Your average band loves this place.
Yeah.
So. But getting out, yeah, like you said, walking that thin line,
Fine.
fine line. There is, it gets thinner every day, and yelping out. That's key. Exploring, getting out. We like to do that.
Yes.
In the town. Don't
Whenever-
waste the opportunity.
Yeah.
All right, we're you guys have toured a lot. Briefly, what would you say has been the absolute highlight, high point on tour, and rock bottom worst experience ever?
Oh. Highs and lows.
God, I could say maybe all in one. It was the best and the worst. It was our first Warped Tour
Oh,
in 2001.
that's genius.
Because we were so stoked to be on. Oh my God, we're going on Warped Tour. Like
we
this is
officially
amazing.
got invited.
Yeah, and then we realized that.
Pretty
Well,
well.
actually, we agreed to it, but we didn't realize how hard it was going to be. And first of all, just the tour. But then we had to set up and break down the Volcom stage. That was part of the deal to be on the tour.
We created and broke.
So-
And then you got
Yeah.
like $7 a day.
Oh, I don't think.
Oh,
no, there's
Yeah.
there's no money.
Yeah.
But on her deathbed,
Yeah.
you'll receive total enlightenment.
Yeah. So it was like it was
The
totally.
Warped Tour
good.
stamp.
But I remember that feeling of oh my God, we're going on Warped Tour. This is going to be amazing.
That's when ephedrine was still legal
Yeah,
in the
thank God.
States as well.
Thank God.
And we were driving ourselves in a
Truckers love
marketing
it.
van with no AC all through the summer. And but we had these
Truckers love it.
truckers love
That was
it
the name of them.
pills, and I'm telling you, like
Uptime, fucking-
2 of those and a couple Bud Light, because beer was free,
Yeah.
water wasn't.
Yeah.
So like Bud Light and a couple of those, and you were just ready to go. Like,
Yeah.
bring on this stage, let's do it.
I think we
You know
all
what I mean?
lost like 40 pounds.
Yeah, it was.
Everyone was in horrible shape. Everyone looked so methed out.
Just amazing.
We looked like extras.
It
on,
was-
we
no,
looked
but-
like extras on Breaking Bad.
Yeah, it was pretty zombesque. It was real nasty. But no, you're right. We were so pumped. We're gonna do it. Oh, fuck! We finally yes. But we have to what? Literally, I mean, you're waiting. We have to get there earlier because you're part of the tour crew technically. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're a band playing, but there's like 80 bands playing.
Yeah.
And I remember waiting always like the different guys would go, and we're just 3-piece. That's where you want a lot of dudes in your band. No.
Yeah.
Our sound guy, who we travel with, is like on a skateboard and we're rolling him under the
Underneath
stage to
it, yeah.
bolt it together. And you're just looking, and during that time emo was just becoming super popular. And you have these big, heavy-set kids with lip rings who don't get much exercise. They're, my dad doesn't love me, screaming, and they're just breaking this wooden stage. And we're like, no, don't break. Please don't break. Please
We're
don't break.
under there, it's just
We're
like,
no.
and you just see the wood bowing.
Oh,
You know,
it's
it's-
like, no, because if it breaks, you got to go in there, and if your set's next, you got to.
Plus, they got that one strategic part in the song where they all jump.
Where they all.
Yeah.
Take away all the stage boxes and give them nothing to get some.
Oh,
Yeah.
You
Get
do
rid
it.
of those.
You're just like, hey, try a salad. Come on.
It was the epitome of a punk rock stage, man. That thing was
literally made of wood.
All wood. Yeah. I think it probably costs like $49.99 for the whole
Yeah.
stage at Home Depot.
This huge 50-foot
Guaranteed.
tent or whatever it was, this huge
Oh
giant
my
circus
God,
tent that
the
we'd have to
tent!
bolt in and pound it. I mean, we're like, it was the real deal.
Shit's all high tech now.
Oh, now they
This
sit
is
on
like
the
one man stage, pull the cord.
Yeah.
The bitch is out.
Yeah, those,
Exactly.
that would have been nice. But it was fun.
Oh, that tent was a
service.
bitch.
We did.
I forgot. You know, the
That
stage
tent
was.
was almost worse than
The
that.
tent was almost
Yeah.
worse than. I've totally forgot about the tent.
And a storm would come, and you'd be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
You're looking for that big emo kid now to help weigh down the tent.
Yeah.
You're like, no, come back.
Well, no, and that was our first time around the country, I think, too.
Did you guys ever break
for-
down?
Did we ever break down?
No.
Did you ever break down? You
No,
never did?
no.
Well, I mean, emotionally.
Yeah, every day.
Right. Yeah. No, but I remember we got done at the New Orleans show, and so we decided to like go out in New Orleans and
First time.
grenade, hand grenade, whatever we needed to do. We get fucking.
All the slushy drinks that all have like Everclear.
We
in
get
them.
Just no idea what we're in for.
We get so blacked, and I think the next day's Atlanta that we have to
shit.
drive,
That's a haul.
and we just wake up. On the side of the road somewhere, doors open because there's no
Yeah,
AC.
yeah.
It's just hot, and we're all just
We had crawled down into a river bank to get water.
to get.
Like, it must have, I don't know why, how do you not get pulled over for that?
I don't know.
Even though you're already
Yeah.
pulled
It
over.
was so ridiculous.
So we wake up and we're still in Louisiana.
Hammered.
Holy
And,
shit.
and the show's in Atlanta, and there's
Yeah.
like,
that was the one day we didn't have to set up the stage.
because we
We
ran-
got there on
weren't there.
time.
It was just a pile of stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, some of the other bands pulled together and yelled at us.
Yeah, I think that-
Whatever.
We weren't that popular that day, but
Yeah.
it's all good.
Do you guys still sleep in the same bunk? Since you're, a tight knit.
I mean,
Same-
depending on the night.
You
Just
never
a big
know.
ass bus, you just sleep together.
Just
Yeah.
one guy in a bunk. We took a press photo a while back with all three of us in a bunk sticking our heads out. I don't know how we got in there.
Yeah.
When it's like different levels of traveling, because when we go to Brazil or other countries that aren't as we don't have as much traction as the States.
Yeah.
Then you're always traveling in different unique ways.
Yeah.
Whether you're slammed inside a Sprinter,
Yeah.
or you're like it gets very creative all over the world, and how you're usually the plane. And how big that plane is.
Yeah, butt crack of dawn
Yeah.
flights.
You don't know what you were. I remember being crammed in a little Sprinter with not one of my favorite.
The
memories.
toaster.
Well, not even the toaster in Brazil the last time, and we're just taking a shuttle because the concert was so far away from where everything else was. And you saw it's just, we're after the show, we're celebrating, we had a great show, it's our first real tour down there, and it was great, And we're in there with a couple other bands, I think maybe Modest Mouse, and he's just hammered, he's got 2 bottles of wine, he's like, what are you guys netting these days? And he was just asking all these, and they're just like this, and I'm hungover from the night before, because I was in a sexy dance capoeira fight with a bunch of, some kind of drinks. And we're just hammered at the bar, punishing Alice in Chains and all these.
Oh
God,
God, that's right.
and I'm throwing up out of the side of the Sprinter, and the other bands are just kind of like leaning away from us, and he's like, probably no pants on. Like, what are you guys netting these days? You guys do that one song? I'll say, it's okay, brother, you're okay. Let it go. I mean, that's pepper sometimes,
So yeah, whatever the world has to offer, it's definitely an adventure, all the time. All the time.
I just saw Agent Orange like 2 weeks ago, and they were in a fucking minivan.
Oh yeah.
Like, not even a minivan, like an MPV. I was like,
Wow.
Like a real minivan.
Motherfucker.
Wow, like a family minivan.
Yeah. I mean, it was a rental, but I was like,
Thugging.
they must have had just some other dude that just volunteered, like, I'll drive all your shit.
Yeah.
You guys ride, because I didn't see any gear.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was just
they
them,
might-
so
yeah.
they
That's
got somebody to haul all their shit for them.
That's awesome.
God, they're fucking old.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Still doing it, man.
Still ripping, man. How's the show though?
It was good.
Cool. Awesome.
I was really drunk.
Okay.
I was in VIP with some guy who sponsored the show, and he was like, shot.
Shut.
I was like, fuck, I gotta drive, dude.
Jesus.
Fuck am I
Hop in
gonna
the
know?
MPV. We'll take you out. We're good for it.
One last one. Any bizarre rituals you guys got to do before you play?
Bizarre rituals. We used to have a fun one
Yeah.
back in the day when we used to have a lot of fun ones. We used to do the 4 Horsemen. because we never
made a set list.
that was like insulting to us. Like we never made a set list. We never wore we wore our board shorts that we would be.
Yeah.
Literally, if you put us in Hawaii, that's what we'd be wearing.
Yeah.
You can wear your board shorts anywhere. You don't need shoes or a shirt to go to the bank to do anything.
Zero laundry bill though. in those
Right.
days.
Yeah.
Oh, getting kind of dirty.
We should wear.
Hold on, let me jump back in the ocean. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, that's all it was. So that was our. We didn't have, like you said, no gimmick, no shtick. We're just all balls, no real brains with it too. So, the Horseman, you know, was this like, what do you guys want to play? I don't know. So we and the winner,
rock paper scissors.
rock paper scissors. You pick one, Poe again, pick the next one. Just so at least you have like those. We'll be
A
playing.
direction.
Yeah,
And we
to
called
start
the
it
Four
off.
Horsemen. Yeah.
But once the Four Horsemen took off, we don't know where it was going. You know, it was
We'd be
always-
playing probably 3 different songs at once.
Yeah.
Each guy a different song.
That's
Fuck,
lit.
You're like,
And he's
we
not
went to the
joking.
intro, that was-
That's not
You
even
just call it like a
funny.
remix. Fucking
Yeah.
who cares?
But
I'm not
no, we
laughing.
call it jazzy. But,
Yeah.
Right.
But and then also one of the greatest feelings in the world is the pre-set poop.
Oh
Yes. If you
yeah.
can.
That's more of a blessing than a ritual. If
Yeah,
you're fortunate
yeah.
enough to get that, I mean, down to the if you're 5 minutes out and you're like, okay, let's go in here. So we're going live too. Wait,
Okay, 3 minutes. Yeah. Ooh, got it.
what? Go for what? Not yet. I think we got one. You know.
Yeah, because you going up there on stage and like 20 minutes, you got one on deck like 20 minutes into
Yeah,
the
you'll
show.
shit yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
it-
see right through you.
Yeah.
They can see you're full of shit.
It is a blessing. And you just walk out lighter than air.
Yeah.
You know, like an air biscuit.
Yeah.
You just float on stage. You're like fucking a character from Big Trouble in Little China.
Right.
You just
Yeah.
fucking
You're
float right on
untouchable.
stage. Right.
So good.
Damn, we're gonna have a visual tonight.
Oh, great.
Well, at least
You-
you'll know
You three
who
sleeping
pooped.
together and
Oh.
shitting before the show. That's
Just
what-
on all one
All
toilet.
right.
There's a venue somewhere that has, I think it's in Montana, that has
Oh yeah.
the shitters all day. Like they used to have stalls, but the stalls are gone, so you just
Yeah,
get
in
to
the
them.
backstage.
They got 2 or 3 shows. You just get back there and shit up with each other.
Yeah.
What's up, bud?
Yeah. High five.
High five, yeah.
These always clog, so be careful.
Yeah. Okay, that's enough visuals.
Yeah, exactly.
Luckily, there's like 8.
I know there's a bunch of shitters up there. Or up here.
taking
I guess we are. It is up here.
Yeah, we are up.
Well, one of the greatest backstages
It's
ever.
those, yeah, it's those in that room.
Watch that one.
They were kind of bad.
It's more the rolling pizza.
That's why we
production.
usually put the coach
Yeah,
back there.
keep the tour manager in there. I gotta go? Too bad.
Who are you guys playing with tonight?
Oh,
Excellent
Couple
question.
Yeah.
really good bands.
yeah. Greaves is
Direct support.
playing right before us. A hip hop act from Seattle, out of Seattle.
Rhyme Sayers
Rhyme
group.
Sayers, yeah.
They're the
part
Law
of the-
Records of the Midwest.
Yeah, part of the atmosphere camp and all that, and then a new band called Red Gold Green,
Yeah.
which are
From DC.
Okay.
from right around here, which are they're. We just heard about them right before we our management turned us on to them. Like, check these guys out, like the possibility for an opener. We're blown away. Nothing like you'd think, and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
an amazing
A
live
fun
band.
surprise. You get there and they're super cool dudes. It's nice to you always pleasantly surprised with you hear something unique and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
I like where this is going.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
and
fantastic.
and Dave Grohl played drums on their album, so
Gotcha.
that
That
does
always
that,
helps.
that doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt.
Looks good on paper or anywhere.
Yeah.
You do live then.
Dude, fuck, that would be great.
Just pretend he's.
No, they got a kick-ass drummer.
Yeah, no, they're
RJ.
like
RJ's badass.
talk about. Okay, so we need to hire you for. Oh, sick! You want me to be in your band? Yeah, sick. So you got to play all these tracks Dave Grohl played.
Yeah.
But he crushes it. He pulls them off. Definitely some sick, unique grooves on their album
Yeah.
too. You know, like different original, super cool.
Their record came out the same day our new one
Yeah.
did too, so it's kind of fun.
It's perfect. Unplanned and right on.
That's you guys right there.
Yeah, so definitely check both the opening bands out for sure.
Yeah.
Loving it.
Well, that's it, I guess. You
Right
guys
on,
have
brother.
sound check too. That
Yeah,
you're fucking
Playboy.
late
I know.
for.
We gotta
Love
get
it,
as always.
We gotta get back to that whole.
What time is
Wait for
It's about a little after 5.
Oh, that's perfect.
5:02. Nailed it.
Hey,
Hey,
well,
thank
you
you so much,
crushed
man,
it,
for your
brother. Yeah.
time.
It's no wonder you have
Questions are
250. It's
really
no wonder
good,
you have
man.
250 emails a day.
Yeah, it makes sense. You come away from an interview and good. Oh, Greaves.
Hi, buddy.